Hello, everybody. I hope you can all hear me. I hope I'm coming through to the houses across the country. Thank you very much for joining us for our second live pub quiz. There is a reason for this mask, which I will go into shortly. In fact, I'll go into it now. Not sure if a lot of you are aware, but Shepherd Compello have been doing a beard competition at work. Last night, I folded. I'd finally had enough of the beard. And I thought I could raise a bit of money for charity out of it. So what I've got behind this mask, I will have for the next day or so. So apart from anything, please donate out of pity for me. Your resident quizmaster, David Brent, coming to you live from Brixton. If not that, it's my 30th birthday on Sunday, which I'll be spending in lockdown as well. So yeah, a few sympathy donations would go down immensely well. A few changes to the quiz from last time. As you may have seen, there is a Chris Bowers already straightened on the live chat, as I was about to say. There's a live chat. Please get involved. Any messages, if you need questions repeated, etc., get involved. Joe Exotic / David Brent will try his best to read out as many as possible. There is also a different donation link. There was an updated email that went around, should be below this email as well. So all donations, big or small, all greatly appreciated, all going to Designability to create Whizzy Bugs, which are small mobility units for disabled young children. Very, very good cause, close to our hearts. So please, please get involved. Very much appreciated, all of them, as I say. Lastly, there is a change to the email address for the answers. Rather than sending them to me, please send them to, again, it should be below here, but I've written it down just in case, systems@shepherdglobal.com. We'll go through that later on, but that's just a sort of FYI. Right, I hope you've all got your pens and papers at the ready. There are 4 rounds again. I'll go through each round, repeat the question, do the whole round again, and rather than doing the answers at the end, as I said, at the end of each round, we'll do it at the end of the whole quiz, send your entire score through, and we should be good to go. So without further ado, please get donating. Please get your paper and pen at the ready, and we shall start. The first round, round 1, is chocolates and cake. I've already got messages already coming through on the WhatsApp. Haven't even started yet. Loving it. Right, round 1, chocolates and cake. Question 1, who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Question number 1. Easy one to set us off with. Cheers, by the way, everyone. Happy Wednesday, or Thursday as it is because of the bank holiday, but you know. Question number 2. Which continent is the cacao tree, i.e. where chocolate comes from? Which continent is the cacao tree indigenous to? Which continent? Bit of a tougher one, but you got a choice of 5. Well, 4 really, but. Question number 3. What is the best-selling chocolate bar in the world? The best-selling chocolate bar in the world. It may be an obvious thing to say, but you will have all heard of it. But you will know it. I've already had a request for a repeat on question 2. Question 2. Which continent is the cacao tree indigenous to? I'll go through all the questions again at the end of each round. Question 3 was, what is the best-selling chocolate bar in the world? Any late entries? I hope you're loving the beard. I hope you're loving the facial hair. I know I'm hating it. So again, please use that as an excuse to donate as much or as little as possible. Question number 4. Who, according to the TV advert, makes exceedingly good cakes? Who, according to the TV advert, makes exceedingly good cakes? Should be another relatively easy one for the sweet-toothed among us. 70s porn star facial hair. That's a message I just had through. Appreciate it. Hope my fans are happy. Question number 5. What is the name of the 2-colored oblong cake covered in marzipan, also known as domino cake? One of our colleagues has just said, you don't like cake. I've been known to have a sweet tooth at times, David Bishop, but thanks for your support. I'll repeat that. Question number 5. What is the name of the 2-colored oblong cake covered in marzipan, also known as domino cake? That was number 5. Guys, we're off to a flying start, by the way. Thank you so much. We're already on £250. Very, very kind. Thank you so much. We'll really go a long way. Keep going. It might even, if anyone wants me to put on a Chelsea shirt again, that's up there for 50 quid. I know we had that last time. Luckily, I had one. I've got many ready to go this time round. Question number 6. What is the filling of a baked Alaska? Number 6. What is the filling of a baked Alaska? I haven't had one personally, but from Google searches, they look absolutely amazing. So I think that might be on, when quarantine is finally lifted, I think that might be on my list. My shirt is blending into my artwork like a human magic eye. I'm not sure my grandfather who painted that painting might agree with that, Chris Thomas, but thank you for your message. Consider that your shout out. Question number 7. Again, according to their advert, what does a Mars a day help you to do? It was their slogan. Not sure if it still is, but it was for a while. Number 7, according to their advert, what does a Mars a day help you to do? I'll give you a clue, it rhymes. Chris Bauer on the live chat, he's the only one getting involved in the live chat so far even. I ate one of these for breakfast once. I really hope you were referring to the baked Alaska, because if you were, that's very strong. I commend you, Christopher, our IT manager. Oh, it turns out my parents are watching, and my mum, who's an avid Chelsea fan, as I am, has just said, more money for a Spurs shirt. I think, my mother, you'll be pleased to know that I don't own a Spurs shirt, even though John Shepherd may wish that I did, but I don't, I'm afraid. So you can donate nonetheless, Mum, if you like. Question number 8. Who at the beginning of the French Revolution said, let them eat cake? Who at the beginning of the French Revolution said, let them eat cake? That was number 8. One of our other fans watching, he said he can loan me a Spurs shirt. The problem is he is so small. I'm definitely 4 or maybe 5 sizes up from that. At least it would result in a bit of comic relief, I'm sure. But right, question number 9. Which chocolate bar was marketed with the controversial tagline, "It's not for girls"? Definitely wouldn't fly in 2020 with the world that we live in. Number 9, which chocolate bar was marketed with the controversial tagline, "It's not for girls"? For any girls watching, you're not allowed to eat that chocolate as well. That's just fact. It's just a rule, I'm afraid. Chris Bauer, still the only one getting involved in the live chat. It's there if you want it, team. Question 5, he ate. Oh, you ate a bat. Oh. I think I might just give the answer away for question 5. That is amateur quiz. That is amateur quiz mastering for me. Might just wait to the end unless you didn't hear that. We'll move on. The last question of this round. Question number 10. What is, and also I didn't say this at the beginning, it should go without saying, don't use your phones. You're only cheating yourselves. You don't win anything for winning. It's all about the taking part. So it's not the Olympics, guys. Question number 10, the last question of this round. What is the French word for a cake shop? What is the French word for a cake shop? The Quizmaster doesn't take kindly to getting abused, by the way, Nicole and Sharon. Just, you should know that for future, by the way. Right, I'll run through the questions again for this round, and then we'll go on to round 2, which is islands. But I'll run through the questions again for this one. Question number 1, who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Number 2, which continent is the cacao tree indigenous to? 3, what is the best-selling chocolate bar in the world? 4, according to their TV advert, who makes exceedingly good cakes? 5, which I fear I give the answer away to, but you've got to give a little bit of a hint every now and then. 5 was what is the name, of the 2-colored oblong cake covered in marzipan known as domino cake? 6, what is the filling in baked Alaska? 7, according to their advert, what does a Mars a day help you to do? 8, who at the beginning of the French Revolution said, "Let them eat cake"? 9, which chocolate bar was marketed with the controversial tagline, "It's not for girls"? And the final question of that round, round 1, what is the French word for a cake shop? Have a look at the rest of the messages we're going through. Le cake shop, that is not the right answer, Naz, I'm afraid. Steve says, take the abuse to HR. Steve, I'm going to have to report it to you because you're my boss. So I think this kind of cuts out the middleman, really, doesn't it? Right. How much to donate for you to do the Bren dance? Oh, I think I've asked for that, haven't I? I tell you what, I'll let you offer a donation and I'll decide if it's good enough. In the meantime, let's move on to round 2, which is islands. Number 1, the island of Zealand is part of which country? Question 1, the island of Zealand is part of which country? Ryan Potter's offered to give me 50p for the David Brent dance. I'm afraid that's not going to work. It's all for charity, fella. Got to dig deep in those pockets, I'm afraid. Let's have a little. My throat's getting a little bit sore, so I think I'm going to have a little gin and tonic just to soothe the pain. Question number 2. In which ocean would you find the island of Madagascar? In which ocean would you find the island of Madagascar? I've had a request also from our our marketing manager. If you could all, at some point in the evening, take selfies, send it in with your answers at the end, maybe to the email address. They will go on our newsletter. Our charity Designability, very good for them as well. So please all send photos through. Make sure they're PC, please, everyone. Chris Bad, 20p to shave the remainder of facial hair off live. I don't think people want to see that, Chris, I'm afraid. Right, question number 3. From which island does the tailless Manx cat originate? That's M-A-N-X. From which island does the tailless, means no tail for some of my learned insurance friends, does the tailless Manx cat originate? And another request for the email address. We'll do the answer at the end and the photos, but it needs to go to systems@shepherdglobal.com. Put it there again for you. That's where the answers and the photos go. Only the most PC ones will make it into the newsletter. So just remember that, please. Right, question number 4. To which country do the Galapagos Islands belong? To which country do the Galapagos Islands belong? I've had a £50 offer for the Brent dance. Really wish I hadn't made that apparent on this now. It's still going. We're gonna work this one like an auction. Highest bid wins. I mean, it's probably going to happen either way, but just remember, it's all for charity. And again, a reminder, all the information is below me, or it should be anyway. in case you're wondering. Where is Attenborough when you need him? Kind of like a B-Tech substitute, really, aren't I? Maybe not even B-Tech. Right, number 5. In a song by Madonna, which island is described with the lyrics, tropical the island breeze, all of nature wild and free? In a song by Madonna, which island is described with the lyrics, tropical the island breeze, all of nature wild and free? Chris Bowers definitely got that one nailed down. Just on a hunch. Question number 6. On which island is the summer version of the ITV show Love Island filmed? On which island is the summer version of the ITV show Love Island filmed? That was number 6. Few repeats for, requests for repeats. We'll do them all at the end, don't worry. We'll go through them all. That was number 6. Should be a relatively easy one. Maybe not for my parents, but I'm afraid you're just going to have to accept that. Hi, Mum and Dad. Number 7. There are 8 inhabited Channel Islands. Name them. You get a point for each one. There are 8 inhabited Channel Islands. Name them. Chris Bauer, that wasn't gayest. I've just heard you sing Madonna in the office many times before. I'm not sure gayest is a word either, but we can roll with it. John, I'm drinking Gordon's. I'm an old fashioned man, or 70s porn star, however you want to say it. And it's quite cheap at the moment, so. And out of a gin glass as well. Expect nothing less, I'm sure. Right, number 8. Question number 8. How many islands make up the country of Norway? Is it A, 10,000 to 30,000, B, 30,000 to 50,000, or C, over 50,000? How many islands make up the country of Norway? 10,000 to 30,000, 30,000 to 50,000, or over 50,000? Naz, I'm afraid the South African accent didn't work last time. I've had a request to do, for those of you that weren't on the last quiz, there was a request to do my, I suppose you'd say notorious, because it's not really that good, South African accent, but I folded under pressure. So I think we might have to leave that one. Depends how much of this swimming pool gin and tonic I get through. I suppose that's the real deciding factor. But we'll see, Naz. Maybe towards the end. Question 9. What is the largest island in the world? What is the largest island in the world? John, no, it's not Schweppes mixer. I was asked what tonic I'm drinking. It's Gordon's and Sainsbury's own brand. It might even be light tonic, actually, because I think it was the only one they had. But don't worry, it's about 50-50 measure, so you can't really taste the tonic. It's fine. Again, why the South African accent might come out later on, we'll see. And the last question of this round, we'll go through them all again at the end. Bit of a controversial question, but I'm not going to say any more, actually. I'll just say the question. The Falklands is a territory of which country? I did have to Google this. Don't Google it yourself. But the Falklands, question number 10, is a territory of which country? Kind of got a 1 in 2 chance there, I think, with that one. Right, we'll run through all the questions of round 2 again, and then we'll move on to round 3. All right, question 1 of the round 2 islands round. The island of Zealand is part of which country? Number 2, in which ocean would you find the island of Madagascar? 3, from which island does the tailless Manx cat originate? Question 4, to which country do the Galapagos Islands belong? Number 5, Chris Bauer question. In a song by Madonna, which island is described with the lyrics, tropical the island breeze, all of nature wild and free? 6, On which island is the summer version of the ITV show Love Island filmed? 7, there are 8 inhabited Channel Islands. Name them. Point for each correct one. Number 8, how many islands make up the country of Norway? Is it A, 10,000 to 30,000, B, 30,000 to 50,000, or C, over 50,000? 9, what is the largest country? Sorry, what is the largest island in the world? And the last question, the Falklands is a territory of which country? That was round 2. Round 3 is Corona in brackets virus themed. There's a few. I mean, I had to really struggle to get questions for this one. So there are a few sort of loose connections, but you get the idea. We've all been living it for the last 6-7 weeks, so we should know enough about it. Right, without further ado, I'll start round 3. Question number 1. The disease was first identified towards the end of 2019 in Wuhan. Wuhan is the capital city of which Chinese province? So coronavirus was first identified, or COVID-19 was first identified towards the end of 2019 in Wuhan. Wuhan is the capital city of which Chinese province? That's question number 1. I don't think that one would have really worked in a South African accent. It would have been a bit of a struggle, I think. Question number 2. Did the Corona company, unsure if they are still in circulation or if they're still around or not. I'm imagining if they were, they're probably not anymore. Did the Corona company, founded in Syracuse, New York in 1886, make A, cameras, B, typewriters, or C, horse-drawn carriages? Did the Corona company, founded in Syracuse, New York in 1886, make A, cameras, B, typewriters, or C, horse-drawn carriages? 33.33 recurring chance you're going to get that one right. I've been asked a question. I've been asked to refer to the coronavirus as something, but I actually think I would fifth my job if I said that. So I'm afraid, Naz, you are declined in that request. Got to keep it PC for the sports fans. You never know if there's under 18s playing. I'm assuming it's past their bedtime, but who knows? Under 18s, actually, no, I wouldn't. Ignore me. Question number 3. Leading up to the pandemic, most international health bodies issued guidelines for the wearing of PPE. What does PPE stand for? What does PPE stand for? Is the question. So I don't think I look more and more like Seth Rogen in his not so prime with this the more I look at it. It is coming off. This is also 7 weeks worth of dear growth. And actually, when I went shopping today, that is the beauty of said PPE, because no one could see it. So I could actually go to the shops. Nothing was up. It was fine. Right. Question number 4. Which Disney film features the Kingdom of Corona? Which Disney film features the Kingdom of Corona? Again, one I had to Google because I can't say that I'd seen the film itself, but I've heard it's good. I've heard it's good. My missus likes the beard. I wouldn't say it's as much of a beard as a goatee, but thank you, Richard Lovett. That's very much appreciated. And thank you to your wife. I judge your judgment if you like this, but nonetheless, the the appreciation is appreciated. Right. Question number 5. The word quarantine gets its name from A, a quarter, B, the term guarantee, C, the number 40, or D, Latin for isolate. I'll say that again. The word quarantine gets its name from A, a quarter, B, the term guarantee, C, the number 40, or D, the Latin for isolate. That was number 5. Chris Bauer, you have seen it. You let me borrow your Blu-ray. I'm assuming you're referring to the Disney film. I don't own DVDs, so that is a straight up lie again. Unless it was your Madonna CD, which you did lend me, which I'll admit to. So, right, number 6. What is the name of 90s pop band sensation Corona's biggest hit? So the 90s pop band sensation Corona, what was their biggest hit in the 90s? That was question number 6. It is an absolute tune. After I give the answers shortly, if you haven't heard it, stick it on. Do you cook your dinner to it? Honestly, it's an absolute tune. Maybe one more for the dance floor, but we'll see. Richard Lovett asks who. Corona is the name of the band. It's kind of the point of the round. It's all kind of Corona themed. If you hadn't got that. If you hadn't, I apologize. But, guys, please keep donating. As little as much as appreciated. All goes to a very good cause. If not for this, if not for my 30th, which is on Sunday, that I'll be spending here at home by myself. Yeah, crocodile tears. Just do it out of the good of your own heart. We all appreciate it. Right, question number 7. What is the name for people who show no signs of a given disease? You may have seen it a lot in the press over the last month and a half, 2 months. Number 7, what is the name for people who show no signs of a given disease? Thank you, Hannah, for wishing me a happy birthday. It's only taken me mentioning that it's my 30th birthday 4 times to get my first happy birthday. But Hannah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And cue the onslaught of happy birthdays. Nothing. Zip. You're all a bunch of selfish so-and-sos. That's all I'm going to say. Right. Number 8. What does corona mean in Latin? And I'm going to give you a hint for those of you that didn't do Latin at school. I mean, I wouldn't remember that I did Latin at school. I would never have got this right. It is an item associated with royalty. What does corona mean in Latin? Hint, item associated with royalty. Thank you, Sharon, for my happy birthday wishes. I hope I get my own personal newsletter for it because, you know, it's 30. Big number. Hannah, Dad says you owe the bacon rolls. I'm pretty sure your dad, aka my boss Steve, has not bought bacon rolls for our property team in about 3 months. So you can tell him to sod off. No, few happy birthdays. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. This isn't about me. This isn't about me. This is about us having fun and donating money to charity. Right, question number 9. In the UK, what percent alcohol, brackets ABV, I believe that's, actually, I have no idea, alcoholic beer volume, maybe? What percent alcohol is Corona beer? In the UK, what percent alcohol is Corona beer? And it's to 1 decimal point. So for those of you that don't know what 1 decimal point is, it would be like 1.2. I'm not looking for multi kind of like pi to the nth degree fractions. Alcohol by volume. Sam Whisker gets it again. Thank you, mate. That's what ABV means. Not Andre Villas-Boas. I know they're the wrong way around, but it still brings back bad memories. Right. And the final question of round 3. Number 10. On the 22nd of April, which US state became the first state to sue the Chinese government for severe economic losses over its handling of the coronavirus? On the 22nd of April, which US state became the first state to sue the Chinese government over severe losses over its handling of coronavirus? Someone's asked me to emphasize how much I like Stella beer. I don't like Stella beer. It's horrible. Although for some reason in the US, it is considered a premium European imported lager. But I think they must have never been to the UK because it's definitely ain't that. You find it normally in your, as I'm sure you all know, your I can't really say that PC. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I'm gonna stop that there. Right, I'll go through all the questions again, and then we'll get on to the last round, which is by the flag of St. George. It is England. That is the theme of the final round. So let's go through the questions again quickly for round 3. Then we'll do 4, and then we'll do the answers. And then we'll have a 15-minute break, and then we'll be back to announce the winners. Again, please keep donating. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but let's be honest, you're not going to the pub and spending 20, 30, 40 quid on beers. So what else have you got to spend it on? Give it to those more in need. Right, let me just have a sweat my whistle. Right, we'll go through round 3 again. So number 1, the disease coronavirus was first identified towards the end of 2019 in Wuhan. Wuhan is the capital city of which Chinese province? Number 2, did the Corona Company, founded in Syracuse, New York in 1886, make A, cameras, B, typewriters, or C, horse-drawn carriages? Number 3, leading up to the pandemic, most international health bodies issued guidelines for the wearing of PPE. What does PPE stand for? Number 4, which Disney film features the kingdom of Corona? 5, the word, quarantine gets its name from A, a quarter, B, the term guarantee, C, the number 40, or D, the Latin for isolate. Number 6, what is the name of 90s pop band sensation Corona's biggest hit? 7, what is the name for people who show no signs of a given disease? 8, what does Corona mean in Latin? The hint is that it is an item associated with royalty. 9, in the UK, what percent alcohol? That is, as I've just been told by my friend, but I need to find it again, alcohol by volume. What percent ABV is Corona beer? And number 10, on the 22nd of April, which US state became the first state to sue the Chinese government for severe economic losses over its handling of the coronavirus? Quick reminder again to send in photos when we do the scores. We're on £310 at the moment. Thank you all so much. Keep donating as little as much as you can. Going to go very, very long way. Right, now the last round. England. Question number 1. Which Midland city is known for its association with Robin Hood and Sherwood Forest? Which Midland city is known for its association with Robin Hood and Sherwood Forest? HR is really flexing her HR muscles after I requested my personalized 30th newsletter. If that's permission to share your date of birth and waive your GDPR, you can have a 30th birthday banner. I'd waive it. Go for it. I mean, if a fanfare, if possible, that'd be great. Just put out all the stops, Sharon, if you wouldn't mind. That'd be great. Question number 2. What is the highest peak in England? Is it A, Ben Nevis, B, Mount Suffolk, C, Mount Snowdon, or D, Scafell Pike? What is the highest peak in England? A, Ben Nevis, B, Mount Suffolk, C, Mount Snowdon, or D, Scafell Pike? That was question number 2. Chris, it was my birthday yesterday. You should know that by now. Come on. No, it was. It's on Sunday, guys. Just delay the letters for another day or so. Right, question number 3. Sharon, this is one for you, actually. On which river is Liverpool situated? Number 3, on which river is Liverpool situated? the problem with having this beard, moustache, goatee combination is whenever I drink anything, I have excess. I was drinking soup the other day and I didn't realize, and I had dried soup on the end of my moustache curls for quite a long time. Just in case you've never had a goatee, and just to let you know what it's like. It's not great, and you look great. So that's why I do it. Question number 4. Who is the current captain of the English Test cricket team? Who is the men's cricket team? Should specify, sorry. Number 4, who is the current captain of the English men's Test cricket team? Nearly had a PC nightmare on my hands there. As if the "it's not for girls" question didn't already do that, but you know. Right, question number 5. In which county is Stonehenge? Number 5, in which county is Stonehenge? Question number 6. This is really testing all of your history, kind of 8, 9, 10-year-old history exams right here. What year was the Great Fire of London? Anyone that works in our office in London should know that, because there is literally a monument to it where we gather by the fire alarms every month. Doesn't necessarily mean you should know the year, but what year was the Great Fire of London? That was question number 6. Naz, Grimsby is not a county. I hate to, Alice, I don't think it is. I hate to break it to you. Right, question number 7. How many counties are there in England? A, 46, B, 48, C, 50, or D, 52? How many counties are there in England? A, 46, B, 48, C, 50, or D, 52? Only 3 more to go, guys, and then you can be rid of my boring tones out of your living rooms and probably have supper at last, or dinner. Right, question number 8. What is the name for the stretch of water that separates the Isle of Wight and mainland England? What is the name for the stretch of water that separates the Isle of Wight and mainland England? That was question number 8. Do the last 2 questions and then we'll do all the answers. Obviously, mark your own. We don't have the manpower to mark yours for you, I'm afraid. And last time when you sent it all in individually, it caused me a nightmare, basically, which is why it took about 45 minutes to get the results. So finish the last 2 questions, send your answers as a total to systems@shepherdglobal.com. It should be below here. And then we'll have a 15-minute break. Do the scores on the doors, and then that's it. And I'll let you back to your evenings. Right. Penultimate question, number 9. Which is the only US state named after an English county? Which is the only US state named after an English county? That's question number 9. Also, it's not good when I find myself doing that, which does make me look like a 70s porn star, or worse, possibly. Right, the final question, number 10 of round 4. Running from junction 19 of the M1 near Rugby, in case you're interested, to Gretna near Scotland, what is the name of the longest motorway in England? I'll give you a hint, it begins with an N. That's not really much of a hint. Final question, running from junction 19 of the M1 near Rugby to Gretna near Scotland, what is the name of the longest motorway in England? I'll do a quick run through of all of these questions again, and then we'll go straight into the answers for all 4 rounds. Please keep donating, guys. Anyone that hasn't, no such thing as a free quiz. Well, there is at the moment, but look into your hearts. spend that pint money that you'd otherwise be using this weekend on the bank holiday. All this high tech, and you get a piece of paper waved in front of the camera. I'm afraid, Richard Lovett, that I am not the tech guru. I'm very much in the hands of our Madonna-loving IT manager. So apologies. Right, we'll go through questions quickly on this round again. 1, which Midland city is known for its association with Robin Hood and Sherwood Forest? 2, what is the name of the highest peak in England? Is it A, Ben Nevis, B, Mount Suffolk, C, Mount Snowdon, or D, Scafell Pike? Number 3, on which river is Liverpool situated? 4, who is the current captain of the English men's Test cricket team? 5, in which county or what county is Stonehenge? 6, what year was the Great Fire of London? 7, how many counties are there in England? A, 46, B, 48, C, 50, or D, 52? 8, what is the name for the stretch of water that separates the Isle of Wight and mainland England? 9, what is the only US state to be named after an English county? And 10, running from junction 19 of the M1 near Rugby to Gretna in Scotland, what is the name of the longest motorway in England? Right, we're on a bit of a roll here, so we'll go straight into the answers, starting at round 1. Seems to be the logical place to start. So if you're all ready, please mark your own. Round 1, question 1, cakes and chocolate. Who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Was obviously Roald Dahl. Number 2, which continent is the cacao tree indigenous to? The answer is South America, specifically the Amazon basin, but I'm afraid there wasn't a bonus point on offer there for those of you nerds that decided to put that down. Number 3, what is the best-selling chocolate bar in the world? Again, you would have all heard of it. It's the Snickers bar. 4, who, according to the TV advert, makes exceedingly good cakes? Anyone that is from the UK, I think you need to be extradited if you don't get this right. The answer is Mr. Kipling. 5, what is the name of the 2-coloured oblong cake carved in marzipan, also known as domino cake? I feel like I gave this one away slightly. Is the Battenberg cake. 6, what is the filling of a baked Alaska? The answer is ice cream. 7, who, according to their advert, what does a Mars a day help you to do? A Mars a day helps you to work, rest, and play. Work, rest, and play is the answer. Number 8. Who at the beginning of the French Revolution said, "Let them eat cake"? The answer is Marie Antoinette. Bit of a tougher one there. Number 9. Which chocolate bar was marketed with the controversial tagline, "It's not for girls"? The answer is Yorkie. And the final question, number 10. What is the French word for a cake shop? Is a pâtissière. I will allow a certain... the spelling doesn't matter as much, as long as it looks right. I mean, you're marking your own, you could just cheat, but we don't encourage that. Right, round 2, islands. The island of Zealand is a part of which country? The answer is Denmark. It's not New Zealand, funny enough. New Zealand's islands are very originally named North Island and South Island. So Zealand is in Denmark. Number 2, in which ocean would you find the island of Madagascar? The answer is Indian Ocean. 3, from which island does the tailless Manx cat originate? The answer is the Isle of Man. Number 4, to which country do the Galapagos Islands belong? The answer is Ecuador. 5, the Chris Bauer question. In a song by Madonna, which island is described with the lyrics, "Tropical the island breeze, all of nature wild and free"? The answer is La Isla Bonita. Number 6, on which island is the summer version of the ITV show Love Island filmed? Is Mallorca. Now, there's a bit of a kind of, I don't think many of you will got more than 3 on this one. I'll be amazed if you do, 4 max. So spelling is not really much of an issue. Number 7, there are 8 inhabited Channel Islands. Name them. There's a point for each correct answer on this one. So there are Jersey, Guernsey, Alderney, Sark, Herne, that's H-E-R-N, Jethu, J-E-T-H-O-U, Lihu, L-I-H-O-U, and Brecku, B-R-E-C-Q-H-O-U. So those are the 8. I would have been amazed if I would have only got 2, but who knows? Maybe someone lives in the Channel Islands. Number 8, how many islands make up the country of Norway? A, 10,000 to 30,000, B, 30,000 to 50,000, or C, over 50,000? The answer is over 50,000, which is C. 9, what is the largest island in the world? Is Greenland. If you put Australia, I did check this out, but it is apparently not considered an island because it's a continent. So the answer is Greenland. And 10, the Falklands is a territory of the UK or England. Quickly on to round 3, coronavirus-themed round. Number 1, the disease was first identified towards the end of 2019 in Wuhan. Wuhan is the capital of which Chinese province is Hubei, H-U-B-E-I province. Number 2, did the Corona company, founded in Syracuse, New York in 1886, make A, cameras, B, typewriters, or C, horse-drawn carriages? The answer is B, typewriters. Sharon, we didn't go back to the Argentinians. You need to, well, I did Google this, and apparently it's still the UK, Falklands, in case you're wondering what I was talking about. Number 3, so B, typewriters, the answer to that round. Question number 2 there. Number 3, PPE stands for personal protective equipment. 4, which Disney film features the Kingdom of Corona? The answer is Tangled. 5, the word quarantine gets its name from A, a quarter, B, the term guarantee, C, the number 40, or D, Latin for isolate? The answer is C, the number 40. So C. Apparently, it was the amount of time during the Black Death plague epidemic that you would have to stay on the ship before you could dock. You learn something new every day. Question number 6. The name of the 90s band sensation Corona's biggest hit in the 90s was Rhythm of the Night. Great tune if you haven't heard it. Get it on. Number 7. What is the name for people who show no signs of a given disease? Is asymptomatic. Number 8. Corona in Latin means crown. In the UK, number 9. What percent alcohol is Corona beer? Is 4.5%. And the last one, on the 22nd of April, the US state that became the first to sue the Chinese government was Missouri. Round number 4. Quick reminder again after this, send in your total scores to systems@shepherdglobal.com along with any selfies. Please keep donating. All the money is so much appreciated. Right, England, round 4, number 1. Which Midlands city is known for its association with Robin Hood and Sherwood Forest? Is Nottingham. 2, what is the highest peak in England? A, Ben Nevis, B, Mount Suffolk, C, Mount Snowdon, or D, Scafell Pike? The answer is D, Scafell Pike. Number 3, on which river is Liverpool situated? Is the River Mersey. 4, who is the current captain of the English men's Test cricket team? The answer is Joe Root. 5, in what county is Stonehenge? Is Wiltshire. Number 6, what year was the Great Fire of London? 1666. Okay, right back to the GCSE years, or maybe even further back. Number 7, how many counties are there in England? A, 46, B, 48, C, 50, or D, 52? Is B, 48. Number 8, what is the name for the stretch of water that separates the Isle of Wight and mainland England? The answer is the Solent. S-O-L-E-N-T. 9, what is the only US state named after an English county? Is New Hampshire. And the final question, running from junction 19 of the M1 near Rugby to Gretna near Scotland, what is the name of the longest motorway in England? The answer is the M6. Thank you all so much for participating. I hope you enjoyed it somewhat. Let's get back about 7:05. Log back on. I'm going to mute myself so you don't hear me cooking my dinner. 7:05, and we'll do the scores on the doors. I hope you all have the email address. I'm going to put it up here one more time, but you should all have it. And any photo, send it to there. And yeah, see you in 15 minutes. Sorry, 5 past 8, not 5 past 7. I mean, I think we could have all figured that out, but 5 past 8. For those of you that are there, as Sod's Law would have it, systems at Shepherd Global, our IT manager, computer has just crashed. He has the scores, so there may be a 5-minute delay. So please bear with us for 5 minutes, and then you will hear the final score sheet. Hello, everyone. We're back. Sorry, we had some. It wouldn't be a quarantine quiz, Shepherd Capello quarantine quiz, if there was a little bit of technical difficulties. But I'm pleased to say that we have the final scores, and there is an outright winner. So, in final place with a total of 17 points is Come On You Irons. In 16th, Norfolk and Hunt with 23, joint with Nicole and family, valiant effort. 14th place, Sam Whisker with 24 points, sneaks in above Nicole and Norfolk and Hunt. 13, Team Titters, Claire Titchell and family, well done. That wasn't ironic or sarky, that was a genuine. No, man. Then in 12th place, the Shaz Bomb. I'm guessing that's our HR guru, Sharon, 28 points. Point above that, Brad and John Shepherd with 29 points. And then in three-way tie for 8th, Annabelle's Army, Team Holly, and just the two of us on 30 points. Well done to them. Next up, in 7th place, Save Daredevil with 31. In joint 4th with 32 points, very tight race this one. Hartons and Have We Got Branded Mugs, and a questionable team name, but that's in 4th. We've actually had a late entry, so that was 5th. In 4th with 33 points, Compliance Rules. I'm guessing that's got something to do with the Collinses. Congratulations. In 3rd place with 34 points, Team People Pickers. Well done. So it's down to Team Wexico and Busy Quizzy for the 1st and 2nd. 2nd place with 36 points, Team Wexico, which means the winner of the 2nd lockdown Shepherd Capello charity quiz is Busy Quizzy. Congratulations with 39 points, miles ahead of everyone else. Congratulations. Thank you all so much for giving up your Wednesday evenings. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it hasn't been too boring, and I hope you haven't got too bored of hearing my dulcet tones for the best part of an hour and a half. I'll leave you to, again, please, if there's any more that you can spare, the guys at Designability and Widsey Bugs really appreciate it. Link is below me here. And stay tuned for another one. Depending on how much longer we'll be locked down for, there will be another quiz. So thank you all for tuning in, and see you next time. This may be gone, I promise.